Well, Cape Townians are getting a taste of some of the best films and documentaries produced both locally and internationally.
The Cape Town Film Market and Festival has attracted an entry list of 80 feature films, 20 documentaries and 61 short films.
The event will showcase a series of films focused on LGBTQ stories from around the world.
Joining us from our Cape Town studio this morning is the festival's marketing director, Jehad Kasu. Jehad, good morning and thank you very much for your time. I think you've done 3 days now of the festival. How has it been going?
Good morning, Dan and Iveka. Thank you for having me. It's been going swimmingly well. We've had tremendous feedback, positive feedback from our guests that attended the opening night and our market attendees over the last couple of days.
Jihad, I mean, just looking at the number of entries that you've had, I mean, you're looking at something like 80 films, 20 documentaries, 61 short films. There's quite a few to get through as well. What's the flavour of this film festival? I mean, also keeping in mind that you do have quite a showing of LGBTQ stories as well.
Yeah, I think one of the marked successes this year is that there's been a massive increase in submissions overall, but particularly from South Africa and African regions, and that is very encouraging. That's exactly why this platform exists, is to provide a platform for local storytellers to have a launch pad from which to project their creations into the rest of Africa and to the rest of the world. So there's certainly a much stronger local and African flavour this year. And if you're looking at the LGBTQ section, which has also become an important voice within the industry, we have Rafiki on our playlist this year, which has become a contentious issue within Kenya, and we are fortunate enough for that to be screened here in South Africa. So yes, we are appreciating the amount of applications and submissions that have been coming in this year. And we look forward to seeing that grow year on year.
Your opening film for the festival was Sew the Winter to My Skin, from the reports we've seen, directed by Jamil XT Kubega. What led you to choose? What was the purpose in you in choosing this movie to open? What are you hoping to achieve?
Well, the selection of films is done by the festival's programmers, and that is actually a closed process. But as a baseline, we're obviously looking for exceptional quality in script writing, in screenwriting, in directing, in the cinematic professionalism and skills that is used, the photography. So all of those factors are some of the things that are taken into account when making a selection. Obviously, the opening night is the biggest night, or one of the biggest nights of the festival, and we really want to use it to showcase the best that we have to present from within South Africa to the rest of the world. And I think Jamil and Leila, the producer, have done an exceptional job, as well as the crew and cast. We've had phenomenal feedback from most of the people that have seen the film last night. I'm particularly impressed. There's very little speech and dialogue in the film, and to convey a moving message, as was done in that film, using very little dialogue, isn't easy to do. So we applaud Jamil and his team for executing that well.
Now, we understand, Jihad, that you've got quite a few female filmmakers, and that is very encouraging. But there has been some concern about the lack of inclusion of women's issues and issues surrounding minorities. Is that a talking point at this film festival?
I think women are always a talking point in any industry. And the film industry is no different. The platform is an open platform for dialogue. So while we may not always have the opportunity to address every single matter that addresses every particular group within society, we try to touch on as many as we can. As you've mentioned, we do have an exceptional increase in women-led productions. We've got Cut-Out Girls that has been led by Nicola Hanekom. We have Williams's District 6 Rising from the Dust in our documentary section as well. So those are just a few of some of the women-led productions this year, and we are trying to give more and more space to high-quality productions coming from female-led productions and businesses. We are trying to be at the forefront of empowering gender equity and gender parity, starting with having a black female CEO within the festival itself. leading from the front forward, and we're hoping that wherever there are other opportunities for us to empower other women and other minority groups to have parity within the industry, we welcome them to approach us and engage us on those things.
Jihad, thank you very much. We wish you well for the rest of that film market festival.